Rainey Street, completely shut down. West 6th Street, completely shut down. 36th Street, completely shut down. 200 people around a pool being served booze and eating. This is not fair. But we don't even have a deadline anymore. Complete shutdown to there's no end in sight at this point.
I'm worried the way you looked at me when you said that.
One food Instagram trend.
Welcome to Facing Time. My name is Jared Zuckerman, and today my guest is a director of marketing and events for two popular bars in Austin, Texas, Black Sheep Lodge and Haymaker. She moved to Austin 14 years ago, where she began her career in the service industry and is now a leader in the industry in a city that is considered to be an epicenter for food and the culinary arts. You could find her at nearly every event in Austin if we're not in the middle of the apocalypse. But what she's enjoying now is ordering more takeout than ever before to support local and small businesses. Sarah, welcome.
Hello, and that is so very true.
Where's the last time you ordered food? Where's the last place you ordered food from?
It was actually Soup Peddler, grilled cheese sandwich, and a smoothie and soup. It was fantastic.
I can't wait to come back. I love Austin. The food is amazing.
Yes, it is. I mean, I'm living on all of the takeout right now and cooking too, but you know.
What is Austin like right now? I haven't been to Austin since the beginning of February. And I know right now COVID is also an epicenter in Austin, right?
It is, yeah.
What is
and
life
so,
like now there?
So we've gone through our wave of shutdowns, and we're in one currently. So all bars are shut down, even ones that have kitchens. So like Black Sheep, we are considered a bar because we sell more alcohol than food. Now that percentage is just by a little bit, but you know, the rules are the rules. So even though we aren't necessarily a club or a bar where you just go to have drinks, some people do, we are having to do takeout only. So it's a ghost town. I mean, there's dust piling up on our outside patio tables. We switched our hours. So we're doing 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. to midnight. And we're just trying to make it. So I've added another platform for takeout, and really we changed up our menu completely. We've added new items, took some items off that were, you know, taking a little bit longer for those people ordering online. So that's kind of how it looks like. I mean, every bar that like Rainey Street, completely shut down. There's nobody there. West 6th Street, completely shut down. 36th Street, completely shut down. It is crazy. The only places you can go are restaurants that serve alcohol. So Haymaker, we are open, and you know, we're following all the guidelines. Our separated tables and no more than 10 people at a table, face masks, all of that. But it's still been a struggle to get people in. People are still nervous to go out. But yeah, that's kind of, I mean, you see parks that are busier, but it's not, I mean, there's no wait anywhere you go for a restaurant, that's for sure. But yeah, everything.
I can't imagine what Rainey Street, 36, East 6, West 6, I can't imagine, even South Congress, I can't imagine what that must be like. Because last time I was there, these places are like the hustle and bustle places. It's where everybody has their parties, their bachelorette party. This is where everybody goes to hang out. The condo that I'm buying is in East 6th Street, like East 6, Austin. And I can't imagine just all the places that I would normally go to, because isn't it a thing too? I know in Austin, there's certain zones where if you do 51% or more in food or alcohol, there's certain zones. I guess that's for Black Sheep Lodge. You must be doing, if you do 51% or more alcohol, then technically you're not a restaurant.
Yeah.
right? So then technically you're a bar, so then you have to only do takeout. And if you do can you do carry and go there? Because you can do that in New York.
Yeah, we just actually, TBC and the Texas Restaurant Association, the government, we've all been working together, and they have allowed us to now do alcohol to go. So
But
we're
you have to serve
implementing.
food with it, right?
Yes, you do have to serve food with it. It's just,
So then what do
it's
you do at
fine.
Black Sheep Lodge? If you can't serve food, can you serve food? Is it still considered takeout, and can you do a grab and go cocktail?
You can do a grab and go cocktail. They just need to order like chips or something of that nature, which, and actually that business hasn't really been going too well. I think it's, the liquor stores are really busy, and the grocery stores and with all the beer and wine have been busy, but the restaurants really aren't seeing a lot. It's like on the weekends it picks up a little bit, but everyone has already hunkered down at home, so they have all that alcohol, which we're doing specials, and we're doing the frozens to go, and it's great that we're able to do that. But now everybody's doing it, so that's kind of been saturated, which has been hard. But yeah, like even with Haymaker that we're open right now, we're able to get that to go. So if you were to come in, have lunch, and you're like, hey, can I get a 6-pack to go? We can absolutely do that for you. So those things have been nice, but it is a ghost town everywhere else. The hotels, I just did a staycation at the Fairmont, and that place was packed. So it's very interesting. And for me to be in this situation where I'm seeing 200 people around a pool being served booze and eating, but yet you can't have the bar down the street open.
It doesn't make sense, right? Because, and then when you're eating and you're drinking and you're in the pool, you're not wearing a mask. And if it's
you're not wearing a mask,
are people really
yeah, it was very, we wanted to do a staycation just to kind of like get away, but also it was more of like a, little R&D. And like, I was like, okay, this is not fair, especially for the people that, there is bars that serve food. And so again, I'm going to bring up TRA because they're really advocating for us right now. And that's the next step. So hopefully the next people to open are bars that serve food that are closed right now. Because there's no reason why we're not allowed to do that. It's been really hard, and all of our bartenders, all our servers are back on unemployment, and they're just kind of waiting for everything to get back open. But we don't even have a deadline anymore. I mean, it has gone from complete shutdown to there's no end in sight at this point. We're just waiting. We don't have an approximation of when we will be open,
so
which is kind of scary.
You don't have phases like we do in New York. Like right now
we have phases, but we were used to getting like these weekly updates from the mayor or the governor, and it hasn't happened. And right now we're just at a standstill. So we're just like, all right, well, we just haven't gotten any kind of word of when we're able to open again.
Wow. Is the governor, is anybody helping these businesses for some sort of financial relief? I know we have PPP, but beyond
everyone got that. And then, yes, so the city of Austin is granting more loans. So that came out, and small businesses have been applying for those, which is good. But that only, lasts so long. So hopefully we're just waiting to be able to get those doors back open and get people in. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood, can't wait. They're wanting to get out of their house, and they are supporting. And like I said, with the to-go sales, it can only do so much. But yeah, we're just trying to hang in there, honestly. It does feel very weird going out, because you're not really going out. Like if we go to a restaurant,
you're like, where do we go?
Where do we go? A lot of Mexican food restaurants are great to go to because, we can still sit on the patio, have a margarita, have our chips and queso.
But you can also do that at Haymaker, right? You can't have anybody inside. Well, right.
No, Haymaker, we can still have inside and outside. We're at 50% capacity. So inside. Outside, you can do 100% capacity as long as your tables are spaced 6 feet apart.
Do you feel that this could be a reason why COVID was why it's increased in the city? Like, why do you think, just from your experience and being there for so long, and basically you've been in town the whole time. Why do
Yeah.
you feel that Austin is having so many problems nipping this in the butt?
I don't think it was a problem. I think more people started getting tested, and therefore there's more positive tests.
Right.
What I've noticed, because my route that I take from home to kind of like, if I go into the office at all, people were lined up for hours getting these rapid tests, getting these tests. That went on for like 2 or 3 weeks. And during that time, people were seeing each other more, they were going out, but I don't think it has to target just restaurants and bars. And I think that's frustrating for our industry because yes, we all of a sudden got this huge spike, but the grocery stores are packed, the malls were packed, like all these different places. And why does it have to come back to restaurants and bars? That is no different than, going anywhere else. And,
I agree.
there was large gatherings downtown for, different reasons, protest or whatever. And I don't think it has to come down to that either. I mean, everyone, most people were trying to be safe and wear masks. I think that has helped. More people are wearing masks. We're definitely enforcing those at the restaurants. But I just hate that we're the ones that are getting like pointed our fingers at.
And there's no proof too that
No.
COVID is actually can be like transferred in food.
Exactly.
Right. So
yeah,
if you're going to a mall or you're going to a retail store and you're touching all these different things and you're trying different clothes on, I believe that COVID actually stays on certain services for a certain period of time. Yet in the restaurant and bar industry, when you're following old guidelines, things are constantly getting clean. Things are now disposable. People are wearing masks as if they're not at the table. So it was already a strict industry to begin with.
What I did see happening, which I was kind of upset about, was some of the bars and restaurants were kind of pointing fingers at each other because they were like, well, if you would have done this while we were open, then we wouldn't have been closed. And you can't do that because it's not. And I do agree, some places didn't take it seriously as far as like the masks and the social distancing. So I can see where your point about, do you think that was a reason why the spikes happened? But that wasn't every place. That was a handful of places.
I mean, it's true though. You hear about all these cities that spike. And for example, remember when Atlanta, Georgia spiked? But really what happened was all those people now had access to getting tested. So these were people who were already positive, who are now just on record of being positive. So did they spike a little bit? Maybe, but I don't think it was as dramatic as maybe many thought. And I think maybe it's the same with Austin, but I do know that Austin has increased a little bit because in New York, phase 3, we were supposed to have 50% capacity inside because as we were going into phase 3, it was only outdoor seating. And I really didn't think that they were going to allow indoor seating, and they didn't. And now we're in phase 4 and we still are only in outdoor seating and no one knows what's happening. And I hope that something doesn't come out and the governor says 25% capacity inside. Really? If it's 25% capacity inside, you're almost better off not doing it.
That's I agree, 100%.
Right? You need at least 50% because you still now need to get everything you need, and prices have changed as well, especially for meat, right? So when, one of the things that I've been focused on with my clients is direct ordering. So if we ever have another economic downturn, we're not relying on third parties, right, and all those fees, which is sometimes 20 to 30%, even though there's a new law that says it's limited, but these third parties charge a fee because it's labor. So, I think, do you have direct ordering?
We did, and we just implemented that. So I'm glad you said that. Good. Because with our POS system, they had it. And, it's one of those things where it's like all these places and restaurants had access to some of these things, but we were just like, waiting. I don't know why, you're just like
doing well. The economy's doing well, great.
Yeah. And you're like, well, oh crap. So we implemented that as quickly as possible. Good. And we did the direct ordering. So that's on our website. And then of course we were already on Uber Eats. We just added Favor to the lineup to be, anybody can get favor, but just to be on their platform, and then DoorDash. So we just added it all to make more available to everybody.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love these third-party services, and I think when they first came out, it still is a great way to drive revenue. But I think to future-proof the business, if we have anything like this again, direct ordering is going to be key, because we're going to need to have as much profit per sale as possible. It just, right? Because
and some of most of our people that have ordered are using our direct ordering because they understand that. And now that we have it available, they're like, I don't mind, I'll just drive to go get it. Because right now we haven't implemented delivery just because insurance, and there's some other things, if we put that on our employees. So, but that's something, we can build later. But direct ordering, it's been nice because our loyal, customers have switched to doing that to help us because they understand that percentage.
What do you feel you had to do to have your guests who love Haymaker and, Black Sheep Lodge and, and your family is also in the industry with so many other barbecue restaurants and stuff like that, that I love. In general, do you find that social media had to change so people will feel comfortable and safe going back into the places that they love?
Yes. So that was the first thing we did, was basically put a message out to our fans and followers, just saying, hey, these are the guidelines we're doing. And then basically just continue to post that, whether it was in our story or our feed, just kind of like putting that in their minds, like it's okay, and then even doing things like custom face masks, bandanas, things that are going to make them feel comfortable, like they are taking this seriously. Lots of signage, I'm more like less is more on like as far as aesthetically, but right now all the signage we can get is great. Right. So, we did door magnets and, window clings and all the QR codes, just like little stickers to go on the table. So all of that, and that we got turned around very quickly as soon as we opened. And it's been really nice, actually. So I think going forward, we're just going to do the QR codes for our menus. We'll have like actual menus available, but it has been working really well. And it's been nice because we can market, specials through that too. So we've just had to change a bunch of things, but with, going back to your social media, it's just reminding them a lot that we do take out. That's like been my focus because we're not open. And with Haymaker, some people don't feel comfortable still coming in. So it's just that constant reminder. We do take out, we do alcohol to go. And that changed. We've always done takeout, but now that that's the forward, thinking, it's.
And I understand that some people are not comfortable yet, in big crowds, I'm not comfortable, you just don't know. And I think that's great that you're doing the direct ordering because restaurants don't need to change their entire menu and their look. The reason why people love a restaurant or a bar is because of who they already are, what they already do, the values and the principle that they stand for. It's just slightly pivoting the messaging so people really understand. Direct ordering is so important. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're even doing electronic gift cards now. So you order direct, you load the gift card, you get a discount if you use your gift card, you have some money left on that. So customers come back and use that card and reload it to order it.
That's
because
awesome.
High-end restaurants, I think, have it the most difficult.
They do.
And quick, casual, and grab-and-go places, I think, have an advantage right now. And the restaurants that are sharing the messages on social media and that are doing like the QR codes, right? You just scan it and you can order it and it comes out. Contactless ordering. I mean, that's all so important. I think a lot of this stuff is actually going to change our industry, and a lot of these things are going to remain the same because now, just like New York and any major city in Austin, the culinary industry, restaurants and bars have the opportunity to actually create the new normal if everybody works together.
Yeah.
So it works in everybody's advantage. Everybody's safe. Everybody gets quick service, contactless. Everybody's making money so you can remain open for the community.
And it's not going away anytime soon. So it's like for the rest of the year into 2021, I mean, we've got, long road ahead of us. And I think all these things we're implementing are going to help us stay alive and get these people back to us. So
yeah. And then it's like, let's all try to feel like we have a sense of normalcy. Let's put the mask on first.
Yeah, let's put the mask on. And it's like
something is just not normal.
And all the big things, like we are with Black Sheep and Haymaker, our whole motto has been, we're a neighborhood bar that shows sports, because we didn't want to just be a sports bar, but at the same time, like a big, key thing for us is sports. And that is just obvious. MLB already having, like the Marlins, I think they had to, nix some games because 19 players got tested for COVID and they were all positive. And so to see that season might go away. And then we've got football. Who knows? That's even more close contact. We're huge on sports with watch parties. Those are gone. All of our events are gone. So right now that's all away, and we're just focusing on food and, trying to get alcohol to go. But it's really down to the basics now, which has kind of been, it's a good thing. And I'm sure for your clients too, they're seeing some of the things that, were put on the back burner, maybe some of those new menu changes that they should have done a while ago, but just didn't have time. Tweaking the recipes, tweaking just different things. So that's been nice, because it's been kind of like, all right, why didn't we do this,
I've learned so much.
A year ago. Yeah.
I've learned so much working with restaurants throughout this. It's incredible. But now it's all about just future-proofing the business for any other economic downturn, because this could very well come back. How do you stay so positive and optimistic and energetic and excited in the industry in Austin, and 5-6 months later you're still going and you're still feeling positive about it? Because it seems like you're still feeling positive and optimistic about it.
I am, and I think it's because it's not, at this point, if it does get worse, what's the worst it could do? We're closed again, right? And we still have people that are supporting us in the community, and that's what I've seen is so many people that, were your bar regulars, or people, I'm sorry, restaurants and bars, people gather there, there's memories made there, and I think we're not going to let them go away. So I'm positive, because the industry is going to survive. Yes, places are going to shut down, unfortunately, and that is devastating, but we have to continue to see the light, and it's, we're going to come back, whether it's 2021 or into that year. I mean, restaurants aren't going away, and I think that's kind of like the biggest thing. It's like, we'll stick together, we're going to fight, and, we're going to keep building.
Well, Black Sheep Lodge, that's a tongue twister, by the way, and Haymaker, definitely not going away, because what you have created is an experience, not just a bar restaurant. Yeah. And that is what I think is going to be so powerful for you going into 2021.
Yeah.
Right? Is that people remember an experience. And that's the thing. It is a community bar. I've been to both. I love both. I'm specifically fond of Haymaker. Probably that's where we met. But and in a few weeks I'll be down, and I can't wait to see you and have a few cocktails.
For sure, on the patio.
So, mystery question for everybody that doesn't know. Mystery question. I can ask Sarah anything and everything. She doesn't know what the question is going to be, and she's going to ask me one as well. Now, do you want to ask me the question first, or should I ask you the question first?
I'll ask you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm worried the way you looked at me when you said that.
No, if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Ramen.
Oh, that was easy. You've answered that before.
Yeah, well, it's ramen, and then a close second is sushi.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but ramen is my my Achilles heel.
Oh, that's so good. Now I want ramen.
So now
that's one thing that Ramen Tatsui here in Austin, they never did to-go food until now. And so I've eaten that so much, because you used to have to go in and sit tadown to eat. They would not let you take it out.
No.
And oh my God, all these ramen places that are letting us take it to go. I'm like, oh.
Ramen Tatsui, the one in East, is literally a 6-minute walk from my condo.
Oh my God, you're going to eat there all the time. It's my favorite.
But you have everything. You have lefties. You have like that's where everything is. It's where I go. You have lefties. It's all skipping my head right now.
Lazarus Brewing, Whistler's, like all of that is right there. Yeah.
Whistler's has the mezcal bar upstairs, which is only open like 1 or 2 times a week. Probably not now. You know Juliet's.
Oh, so good.
Okay, I can. I'm going to be so upset when I go, but I'm looking forward to supporting local business and going to Bird Biscuit as well. Haymaker, I'm excited. For you, when you can go in, well, you can go into Dino now.
Yeah.
Okay, then
I've been going out a lot to eat just because I think I love to support everyone. So we've been eating out as much as we can. It doesn't bother us. I have masks and hand sanitizer and all of that. So yeah.
All right. So now I don't have a mystery question. This is very bad. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question that I've asked during my last 3 conversations because I think it's an amazing one, and I need to. If you can abolish.
Oh God.
If you can abolish one food Instagram trend, what would it be?
One food Instagram trend. Oh man. I'm trying to,
It's a good one, right?
That's really good.
Dara, my friend from Skinny Pig NYC, asked me that like last month, and it just stuck with me. So now I've been asking everyone.
I'm like, I'm trying to think of what.
Now, it doesn't mean you don't respect it, because we know that there are certain things we wouldn't eat that do well and bring clients in. I get that. But
for sure. One thing that I would abolish.
I said the donut burger, if that helps, which is like the glazed sweet donut for the patties for a burger. And when you
so it doesn't have to be like, it could just be like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like an actual food item, a food trend. Someone else said the 20 ice cream thing.
I was going to say the damn milkshakes that have everything on it. I'm like, okay, we're good. No one's going to actually eat all of that. And that is just so much sugar. Every time I see it, I'm like, holy moly. I'm like, that is just for a picture. That is not to be eaten because you will hurt yourself.
It's like diabetes in a glass.
It is. Yeah, that one I think could go away and we're completely fine with.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, and I had the donut burger just doesn't work for me. It's just the sweet of the glazed donut and then the burger.
I know, I can't do that. There's actually a place here in Austin that's all they do. And I was just having a conversation about it. I mean, I love them and like, you know, it's delicious, but I can't do it. Like
that may be where I tried it. But I'm not saying it's bad. They do it bad. But it's just not for me.
I don't need like a donut on my salad either. Like I'm good. But
Tara, thank you so much for taking time to have a conversation with me.
Anytime.
I'm looking forward to coming to Austin. It's going to feel like a ghost town. But I'm excited to go to Haymaker. I'm excited to order food.
We're gonna do like a whole thing, and we'll go and we'll eat at all the places we can safely. Yes.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Everybody, thank you for joining Jared Zuckerman on Facing Time, Sarah Miller. You can check out Black Sheep Lodge and Haymaker on Instagram. Some of my favorite spots, so check them out. Stay positive.
Bye.